I shot in 14 days, and Eric Schwab shot the barrage section. He's been my second unit director, for years. So he took the troop that I'd been rehearsing in New York for months and put them into barrage on the checkpoint, so we could get all that information about checkpoints and also slow the film down, because so much of what happens in these situations is because everything is just endless, boring, and uncomfortable and repetitious. And it's difficult to do boredom without being boring. But Eric shot that section. He did that in 4 days, and I shot the rest of the movie in 14.
So shot in a month?
Well, it was shot in 18 days in Amman, Jordan.
Yeah, I have this question as I'm looking through the camera, instead of directly at you, I'm thinking, that feels familiar. Question is, just talk about that whole idea of camera perspective, the different cameras, and they became, in a way, the observers, the characters. I even, as I was thinking about it also, and you can touch on this perhaps, I was thinking about your past films where there is a kind of a recurring theme of voyeurism, and I wondered how that played into this picture.
Okay, it's a complicated question.
They always are.
Involving the use of different perspectives as associated with different sorts of cameras in the film, and then how this relates to a long-standing interest in voyeurism, which is apparent in Mr. De Palma's work.
Well, it was important to figure out where the camera should be in every scene, and at the same time make it look like this was documentary assemblage of material having to do with this particular case. Obviously, there's Salazar's diary, which you can move the camera around like Salazar would. Then I made up the French documentary because I had to get all this information out about what happens in checkpoints. And of course, this is based on, the real case in the sense that, they were at a checkpoint and the girl kept going through it, and that's how they targeted her. And one of the guys in the squad, did sort of shoot somebody up at a checkpoint. Then there was, the surveillance cameras, you can't smoke inside the barracks, so I figured out, well, we'll have a surveillance camera at a gate, where they're all out there smoking, and I'll stage all the scenes from that point of view of that camera. And then, of course, we have the interrogation cameras when they're going to the psychiatrist or being deposed by one of the army guys. And then, of course, the old point of view camera, the hidden camera that Salazar puts in his helmet to record the actual incident. So I had to come up with various things that one would conceivably believe could actually have happened. And we're in a new era of reality television, so if you can believe two people on a beach in the middle of Plow are discussing, how to scheme against two other people, and they're whispering to each other on Survivor, I think you can practically believe anything.
I was just wondering if, though, and I'm sorry to hog the time, I was just wondering, though, if there's like some other thought process that you're having as, when you're creating the story and the screenplay, well, I'm going to intentionally use cameras to disconnect from the human.
Oh, no. This was, I knew what the structure of the story was. Now the question is, how could I put that into some kind of reality television world?
Okay.
Yes.
Two questions. What black metal is on the soundtrack, and did you set out to make a hipster horror film?
I'm sorry, what?